Yeah, OneNet Global, we are a managed IT and telecom services company. We're based in Minneapolis, Minnesota. We have secondary areas of concentration in Atlanta and Fort Lauderdale. We have roughly 130 clients under full managed services and roughly 280 under telecom or internet managed services. We started working with IT by Design about 2.5 years ago. At the time, OneNet Global came about from acquired the company I was with, JDL, about a little over a year ago, and that's when we started using IT by Design when we were JDL. We needed a way to quickly grow our back-end support. At the time, we had a number of back-end engineers leave, and we needed a way to quickly support the rest of our team and make sure we were doing everything we needed to do. And so we reached out to IT by Design and said, "Hey, we need this help. How can you help us?" It was pretty fast. We ramped up. Onboarding took about 3 months to get their NOC team to take over a lot of the ownership of the day-to-day tasks that we were falling behind in because of the loss in personnel. With that, our team was better able to focus on the client needs, working with the client and doing implementations, walking them through how we could do different things with them. So they were much more client-facing and able to focus on individual client needs instead of having to worry about, oh, did this backup run last night, or did this patch go through last night? They were able to actually spend more time focused on the client. It's had a significant impact on the business. We have a couple of very large clients that we manage their entire infrastructure for them, and they rely on us to make sure that every last bit of their environment is taken care of. From anywhere from developing their Microsoft 365 policies, getting really granular with them, and making sure that everything's secure, to how they interact on their desktop. They actually they wanted to get very specific in what desktop was presented to them. We also do virtual desktop environment for them. That way everyone gets the exact same environment, and they wanted to get very specific. So they wanted to make sure that the start menu only displayed these 10 things. Okay. And because we were able to free up our engineers, we were able to sit with them and really focus on how that would be handled and get that implemented. It's been fantastic. IT by Design, we meet with them on a weekly basis. Our lead infrastructure engineer and our service delivery manager meet with them on a weekly basis to make sure that, all the tickets are getting addressed, that if there's any concerns, we bring them to them right away, and they're always quick to make sure that they take the next step and continue on, expanding what and how we're interacting with them to ensure that everything is there. They've been, one of the things that we run into, because we do a lot of virtual desktop environments, is every night, every single session host reboots. They don't always come back up. And we were getting alerts we would get alerts at 3 a.m. that would say, hey, these session hosts aren't back up. Well, now we have IT by Design is monitoring that for us on the back end and making sure that all those session hosts come back up. Instead of us having to have our on-call engineer wake up at 3 a.m. and say, why didn't these hosts come back up? IT by Design is now taking care of that.
That's got to be good for the on-call engineers.
Yes, it is very good for the on-call engineers. They're very thankful for that. I would say to them, relying on IT by Design as the NOC has allowed us to not have to worry, is that backup taken care of? Is that Windows update pushed? Years ago, that was a concern. Our president and GM was constantly coming to me and saying, hey, why isn't this backup done? Why isn't this, I just logged into the server. Why is it showing pending updates? Well, that doesn't happen anymore. While we know that things need to be done, they are the minutia of the day-to-day that we generally put to the last minute in lieu of other things. With IT by Design providing the NOC services for us, that's no longer the case. They're ensuring that all of that gets done. And that way we know that, hey, all the servers are updated, all the servers are being backed up, and we're no longer finding that, you know, something's not backed up when we need it. We know that it's there and done.